Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the 10 to 14 days. For today's video, day 10, will take us to the 14th of August, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the GFS and ECM ensembles may run around a couple of weeks. And we'll have a look at Surface V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. That will get us to the end of August, basically. So it's going to be an August look at this, and I shall get off that for you in a mo. Just to say that first video today was our 6 AM upload, and we've also released European Outlook as well, so please check out those two videos if you'd like to be back. Please like, share, subscribe to me. So thank you so much everyone for doing that. You're having a lovely Thursday. Right, let's have a look at CT then. So the rise continues, or the rise continues. CT, I'm so sorry everybody. CT is currently standing now at 20.1. Wow, 4.4 degrees above 61.99 average. That's provisional to yesterday, to the 3rd of August. Now, suffice to say, if that was to stay at that level, that would be the hottest August and the hottest month on record. We have never had a 20 Celsius CT month. The hottest month is 19.8 from July 2006. If we stayed there at 20.1, we would beat July 2006. Of course, the problem is, the staying is keeping it there, because August is on average cooling month, so it's our first cooling month of the year, where, well, not of the year, but, you know, the first cooling month of like, the coming autumn or winter season. If you see what I mean. So, we would expect August to gradually cool down from, like, beginning to end. And so maintaining the temperature at 20.1 is going to be very, very difficult. However, that may go up a little bit more next week. So will we get into the 21s, you know, next week? It remains to be seen, but I'll put in a question mark. And we'll see what happens. But certainly a very, very hot start to August anyway. These were GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. Looking at Dundee today, we've gone north. So red line is a virtual upper air temperature average for Dundee. We're starting off below average at the moment. It's a little bit cooler and fresher out there, although still relatively warm in the strong August sunshine. Those temperatures will be rising up over the next few days, so it stays relatively cool through into the weekend. But then later in the weekend, particularly next week, we see warmer weather taking place. So the second week of August still looking very warm to hot across most parts of the country. Maybe signs of a bit of a cool down as we go into the third week of the month. That's very extended range, of course, but it does look as though the upper air temperatures will start to reduce, will start to lower as we go into the third week of August. Precipitation-wise, there's some rain around at the moment for Dundee. Then we'll be going drier, though, over the weekend and through much of next week, but maybe a bit more unsettled as we head off into the middle part of the second half of the month, although again that is extended range. We may be seeing a few hints of a bit of a change, though, from the middle of the month. I'll just have a look at sea level pressure. Let's show you sea level pressure and go there. So you can see that at the moment, pressure is at around 1,010 millibars. We are going to see an area of high pressure taking over next week, going close to 1,030 millibars. But as we go towards the middle and second half of August, there's clearly a decline in air pressure that's going on there. Lower pressure beginning to move in as we go into the middle part of August, or weakening of the high pressure and possibly going towards lower pressure. That's Dundee. Let's have a look at something like Great Malvern, a lot further south, if we can do that. Maybe we can't do that, as Wetar decided to go down. Oh, there we go. Right, okay. So, I want to go to the midnight run again as the GFS ensembles are updating. There we go. And again, we see it. So, we start off at around 1,015 millibars now. We're going to see high pressure taking over next week, going to around 1,030 millibars. But again, around the middle part of August into second half of the month, it does appear that there's a decline in pressure taking place, albeit there's a lot of scatter in there. So you have some members that are keeping the high pressure going up here. But I think the trend around the middle of August into the second half of the month might be towards some lower pressure. And so, could we be seeing the first hints of a change, something a bit more unsettled for the middle and second half of August? It's a long way out. We've got high pressure to come next week and plenty of very warm or hot weather. So any change is going to be like into the middle part of August, I think. But the hints might be there that the high pressure is beginning to run out of road, and we might be heading for a more unsettled half to August. But we should wait and see. Temperature anomalies from the 4th to the 12th of August are going to be above average across the UK and all parts of Europe. Actually, very unusual to see that, just like the southwestern tip of Norway starting out as being a bit cooler, and also Iceland. But otherwise, all areas across Europe are actually hotter than average, and we're included in that as well. Precipitation anomalies, the dry spell goes on, so 4th to the 12th of August, drier than normal as well. The latest wind from that from earthnoschool.net shows we're bringing the air in from the North Atlantic today. More of a northwesterly breeze, so the temperatures have lowered, and it's certainly feeling a lot fresher out there. Right, so let's go through the chart data. Then this is how the UK Met Euro run is looking midnight on certainly high pressure building in across the country, bringing loads of dry weather with it. And look at this, the high pressure vest just goes on throughout next week as well. To get to with the UK Met run is midnight on Thursday. Next Thursday week today, 11th of August. High pressure is well and truly rooted and anchored over the top of the country. So the prolonged dry spell, if not drought, will continue down in the south and northern areas where it has been a bit more unsettled over the past week or two. Will be turning a lot drier as well. And that does look very warm as the air is coming in from an east or southeasterly direction. You can expect some pretty warm temperatures. That certainly to the upper 20s Celsius, if not below 30s. This is how Icon is looking. High pressure once more is building in from off the Atlantic through next week. We build up the heights, we build up the high. And yeah, by this time next week, again, well and truly under the domination of a 1030 millibar area of high pressure. Winds coming in from an east or southeast direction, so it will be hot and mainly dry. And yeah, you know, temperatures I would have thought with that could be getting to the 30s Celsius most definitely. GFS midnight run. High pressure is building in once again on Sunday, and that high pressure will keep things mostly dry right the way through to the second half of next week. The high pressure gradually slipping eastwards. That does allow hotter air to come up from the south and from the southeast, but at the same time, a bit of a hint of a funky low getting going around the end of next week. So this is Saturday 13th, just heading up towards day 10. By then, it does look a little bit more unstable, a little bit more volatile. Will still be very warm, probably quite hot, but perhaps an increasing signal there over the weekend of the 13th, 14th of August for a thundery breakdown. Wouldn't that be exciting for us in the south where it's been so very dry? I'm not being able to do storm watch, I don't think, at all this summer so far. So maybe that will give us an opportunity to do storm watch as well. Who knows? Right, we're beyond day 10 and we're pulling in cooler air from the northwest then. So that thundery low has shifted away to the east. Cooler air coming in from the north and from the northwest. So then we go unsettled and cooler really through into the extreme range. With the GFS midnight run, low pressure brings further showers, if not longer spells of rain and lower temperatures as well. GFS 6Z looks like that high pressure dominating the scene on Sunday and into next week. The high pressure goes on, so it's going to be a very warm week next week. Classic summer weather, hot, dry, sunny, and the drought continues down in the south. Up toward day 10. We've got some very hot air just to our south with plus 20 Celsius isotherm there, getting into the far southeast of the country. But again, that's it's just a hint of a little bit of volatility, although not as much with the 6Z as with the midnight GFS run. But pressure has weakened slightly, so there might be some scattered thunderstorms breaking out then. Very warm to hot up to day 10. And then beyond that, we start to turn cooler and more unsettled through the third week of August as the high pressure begins to pull out into the Atlantic. We bring low pressure into the north of Scotland, start to bring some rain into the north and into the northwest, and pressure just gradually weakens away as we move through the third week of August, as far as we get to it's Saturday the 20th of August, where we're looking cooler and more showery. There might be a hint of a bit of a change here around the middle to second half of August, but let's wait and see. If you enjoyed the video, then please you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. And drop a comment. Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Thank you so much. We're only going to put on around 4 subscribers now. 3 or 4 subs will get us to 14.2k, 14,200. So please give us a sub. And thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. Right, GM has high pressure dominating the scene on Sunday and through the early and middle part of next week. That high pressure domination goes on. Second half of next week, super ridge weakening, so cooler and more showery weather comes into the north and west. Still probably mostly dry down in the southeast, and heading up toward day 10, again, this is the 14th of August, we find that lower pressure is just beginning to develop in situ over the country for a complex scenario, but basically high pressure is weakening, pulling away, and that's allowing a showery trough to develop, and might be the start of a jet stream coming south as well. The black line is the jet stream, just here, and that looks like it's beginning to move south a little bit too. It's been to our north throughout most of this summer, especially July. So if a jet stream starts coming southwards, that will begin to bring low pressure southwards with it. And maybe ECM WF looks like that. Once again, high pressure is in control of weather on Sunday. That high pressure still dominating as we go through the early to middle part of next week. Will be very warm to hot as we bring the wind in off the continent there around middle next week. And then again, same idea, just a gradual weakening of pressure to second half of next week, probably turning showery in the north, still mainly dry down in the south. By day 10, yeah, we see a trough, albeit it's a shallow one, moving in from the north, cooler and potentially rather more showery with that. Is that the signs of a change to something cooler and more showery for the second half of August? I wonder, this is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Thermometer.com. Lots of dry weather to come in the south over the next few days. What rain there is will be further north, but we head on to around a week where we see some heavy rain coming into Northern Ireland and Western Scotland on quite an active cold front. That weakens, but we do find pressure beginning to drain away, and so very gradually, very incrementally, we actually find some showers beginning to break out, even through the Midlands and the South East there, around day 8 and 9. It's a long way out, but, you know, by the time you get through to day 10, just the hints might be there of something a bit wetter, a bit cooler, a bit more showery, although we're struggling to get rain down into the south, but there might be a hint of a change. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensemble today for day 10, which will get us to the 14th of August. 17 members of ECM ensembles with a ridge of above, average heights building through the North Atlantic into northern parts of Europe. So that's going to be mostly dry and very warm to hot with winds in from the east. There at day 10, we've got 13 including the operation run, just lowering pressure, going towards lower pressure by day 10, a little bit more showery. 13 with high pressure just out to our west, low pressure to our northeast. That could be a little bit cooler and more showery. And then 8 just here with high pressure right in over the top of the country. So it really is a mixed bag, actually. We've got like 13 and 13 that are a little bit cooler, a little bit more uncertain. We've got 17 and 8 that are, you know, properly anti-cyclonic and still very warm and hot. So it's like a 50-50 split, really, at day 10 there. And then 2 week time, these are the options that we've got, which gets us to the 19th of August. 18 members of the ECM ensembles have that famous pattern of high pressure to the south and low pressure to the north, probably showery in the north, mainly dry in the south. 18 or another 18 with low pressure over top of the country, albeit it's a shallow trough, so that brings cooler and more showery weather with it. And then 15 keeping the high pressure fest going. High pressure dominates over UK, Scandinavia, winds in from the east. So there might be a hint of a change here into the middle and second half of August, but, you know, it is also possible that high pressure could remain dominant for another week. So as we finally, these are 500 millibar high dominance bring down into week periods. The first week period takes us from the 4th to the 10th of August. The coming week is dominated by high pressure, so will be very warm and eventually probably quite hot. By the time we get through to week 2, which is the 11th to 17th of August, high pressure beginning to retreat northeastwards, lower pressure to the north of Scotland, wind in from like a westerly type direction. So that's a little bit cooler and a little bit more showery as well. Week 3 is going to be the 18th to 24th of August. Between two ridges, so high pressure in the Atlantic, high pressure across northwestern Russia, and then so through here we've probably got like a shallow trough or something, could be a little bit more showery. And then week 4 looks like that. It's the 25th to 31st of August, with low pressure just out to our west, but high pressure to the northeast. So that could be very warm, actually. That could be hot, volatile though. The low pressure could trigger thunder, and maybe we end August on a thundery note. Wouldn't that be exciting? Ending August on a thundery note. I have to wait and see about that. It's 4 weeks away. Right, if you enjoyed the video, then please you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody. Dear Matt, don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids, get them to subscribe too. And why not drop a comment? Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. We thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. Right, we've done it. So just around 3 or 4 subscribers, you know, a handful will get us to 14.2k. We're so close to it now. Please give us a sub. Thank you so much. Because ultimately, we are on the grind to 15k. When we get to that, though, I do not know. Right, just coming to my man, 6 a.m. upload Germany Friday and 10 to 14 day or 2. So keep checking back for more. But for today's video, today's content, that's all for now. And thank you so much for watching.